Alright everybody, so I normally don't do any videos like this, but there's been kind of a disturbing trend that I've seen on Instagram and a couple YouTube videos where these trucks are blowing over in the wind, especially out in Wyoming and across the Interstate 80. It's a very, very dangerous road. I'm on it 4 times a week, pulling doubles, and very, very light. Uh, my heaviest load, I'm probably not 70,000 pounds, probably closer to 60,000 pounds. And I see a lot of garbage out there. And unfortunately, it's just because guys aren't trained and they just don't know how to handle weather conditions out there. And truckers are dying. So one of the things I've seen recently is a whole bunch of dudes getting blown over. The snow and ice, that's a whole nother thing. But these blowovers, man, that is completely ridiculous. So I've done a couple little drawings here. Forgive my artwork. I'm not an artist. I'm a trucker. That's it. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory, though. Let's take a look at this stuff. So a lot of times, especially out in Wyoming, they'll close the roads for snow, ice, wrecks. YDOT, they like to close the roads after about 3 wrecks or so. And you got to park. They might shut it down to light, high-profile vehicles. When they do that, I know I'm automatically signed up to shut down because I'm driving a sail out there. 2 trailers, always light. Half the time I'm light, half the time I'm completely empty. And I've never had a blowover. I've never slid off the ice. So, I don't know. If you want financial advice, don't take it from a guy who's gone bankrupt, right? If you want success in trucking, god damn, cat, your fucking nails are killing me right now. Get off of me. Sorry, guys. I can't edit that out. I don't know how to cut that. I'm a trucker. I don't do video editing. What? Stay away. No, you got fucking Edward Scissor Claws. Get away. Okay, so let's take a look at some of this stuff. Got a couple notes here I want to talk about. Okay, so here's my beautiful artwork. I can take a sip here. Not on the camera. Okay, so specifically, when we're talking about 50-mile-an-hour winds, like we've had this winter through Wyoming, the absolute worst winter that I've seen. We've had probably half a dozen Arctic storms come through there. And, you know, it can easily get 50, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Here's a little insight for you. A tropical storm becomes a hurricane when it reaches 72-mile-an-hour sustained winds. So gives you a little insight into what you're dealing with when you're dealing with 50 and 60-mile-an-hour winds. I don't mess with it. I'll park that sucker. So here's the way you park it. If you're going to park because they've closed the road and they won't let high-profile vehicles go, or you're just not comfortable dragging that thing through the wind like that, I get it. I'm not comfortable with it either. Park that sucker. So here's the thing. A little bit of a diagram here. The blue line represents the shoulders of the road. Left lane, right lane. Up here, your wind direction, just as an example. You better not claw up on my back with them freaking claws. You better not do it. You're gonna, ooh, I'm gonna, no boys for you, stupid. You better not. That's my cat. She wants to get up on me right now. I wish I knew how to edit these videos. What? Go pester somebody. Oh, the door's open. You better not climb up on me. Come here. Judas Priest. Oh, I wish I knew how to do video editing. Okay, anyways. For example, wind is blowing in this direction. That's important to know because we're going to use this truck as an anchor for our trailer. Okay, this can be a 52 or what are they? They're 53 now. 53 foot trailers. I mean, let's just figure Interstate 80 through Wyoming. Okay, you got 2-lane road here, heading in the same direction. I don't know if you can see this here. 1, 2, 3 triangles. Okay. The vast majority of times, if we have to stop and you're on the side of the road, everybody's going to be lined up. Your truck is going to be facing the same way as your trailer, and you're just a sail, man. That wind is going to be just blasting you, bossing you around, and it's going to flip you over. And that's what I'm seeing out there on all these videos. This video is all about how to avoid that. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull up. You're going to pull up here. You'll be straight, and you might want to drive into it like this here. Stop, and then jack. So your trailer is going this way here initially, and then you just back that sucker in. You know how to get the front of your trailer over to the right. You bump docks all the time. So get that trailer over there like you're lining up to bump a dock back here and jackknife that truck. You're looking at a good 90 degrees right here. Okay. This is what you're going to do. Look, everybody's stopping because of the wind, because of the whatever. They've shut the road down and there's big time wind heading in this direction. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to use this catwalk. You're going to use that grease plate in this truck as an anchor for this. Yeah, the wind is still going to be beating the hell out of you, but you're hooked up on your grease plate right here, your fifth wheel. Okay. So jackknife that truck, get her into 90 degrees, just like you're parking your trailer to drop it in between two other trailers. Okay. Jackknife that truck, get it parked there, get out, drop your landing gear. And get them down. Don't just leave them like an inch or two off the ground like you would if you were going to actually drop your trailer. Drop them all the way down. Pick that sucker up. You're going to leave it hooked up to your fifth wheel. You're not going to disconnect the trailer. Some guys will tell you disconnect the trailer. Whatever. Man, if you disconnect that trailer, you're giving up a very good anchor point right here. Okay, when the wind is blowing in this direction, yeah, it's going to beat the hell out of that trailer. That's okay. You've got the landing gear down. Wind that thing all the way down. Okay, keep your jaws locked on the kingpin, but get another foot down on the ground. And when the wind blows, you're going to have your back axle. You're going to have your landing gear up here, and you're going to have that grease plate, and it's going to be blowing into that freaking truck, okay? No problem. You're anchoring that trailer down. These things are sails, man. They're 13.5 feet high. So if you're light like me all the time, you're going to want to anchor that thing. So that's how you do it. Also, run your triangles out. Put your triangles out here somewhere. Doesn't matter how they go. You're going to have lights back here anyway, because you're not going to pull your plumbing or your pigtail off here at your catwalk. You leave your trailer lights on, whatever, but set your flares or your triangles out there. Also, right here, I put a little notes here that I want to cover. Jackknife facing the direction of the wind. Jackknife facing the wind direction. If the wind is going this way, here's your windshield right here for all you cab over guys. There's your windshield. You're facing that way. Okay? You should be seeing wind blowing drift or wind blowing snow this direction, the direction you're looking at. If there's a tumbleweed go by, it should be going by in the way you're going, in the way you're facing. Okay? That's what I mean by facing the direction of the wind. Let's see. Oh, and then lower the landing gear. You want to put that landing gear down and squish it down to the ground. Okay? You want those feet on the ground. Okay, there's a couple other notes I haven't got to that point yet. There's another diagram for all you guys hauling doubles out there like I do constantly. I'm never not hauling doubles, and I'm never heavy at all. I swear to you, my heaviest load is probably 65,000 pounds, and that's half the time. I do drop and hook, and once I drop and hook, I'm hooking up to an empty set of doubles. And I've never laid them down. And I'm in Interstate 80 in Wyoming 4 times a week. All the way through, from Salt Lake City all the way out to Cheyenne. 2 trips like that a week. Okay, so here's actually a better way. Look at the way this truck and trailer are. Your wind direction is the same. If you can get that trailer kind of facing halfway in the direction of the wind, look at what's going to happen with the wind. The wind is going to hit your wagon, and it's going to blow up this way here. Okay, it's going to blow up this way here. Boom. All right. Instead of hitting that sucker full on, dead on sideways, which is going to rattle everything around and probably scare the heck out of you. It might even push the back of your trailer over a little bit if you park like this right here. But if you can angle that wagon this direction, and that way that wind will hit that trailer and head up this way here, and it'll probably swirl around here and stuff like that. You may have some snow to deal with, whatever. They're not going to open that road up again to you until they get the snow off of it anyway. So get out there and do it. Now, for guys like me, when you're dragging doubles, what I would recommend, the easiest thing to do, it's a lot more work, but it really is the best way to do it. What the hell is that? That's my cigar. Sorry. I saw something in the screen that didn't belong. Okay, so what I would do is I would pull up and I would drop that pup. Lower your landing gear. Yeah, you got a dolly right here, and it's got a whole axle under here at your grease plate. But still, lower that landing gear. Get more feet on the ground. You want to anchor that thing as much as possible. Okay. When you drop your pup, you're not going to have lights back here. So run your flares, run your flare triangles out here, and let people know you're there, that your second trailer is there. When you park your heavy, if you're pulling doubles and you drop your pup, your second trailer, park your heavy as close to this pup as you can. Get it as close to your pup as you can. So here's another, okay, triangles around the pup. All right, park as close as possible so that a blown trailer will lean against the other one. Look, it sounds silly, but consider the alternative here. If you park this heavy as close as you can, I mean, you know, I get it, you've lowered your landing gear here, you're going to have to twist that bar, but park it as close as you can and still be able to lower this landing gear, okay? Because if this trailer does blow over, it'll blow over into the wind, you know, into the direction of the wind, and it'll probably lean on this pup, okay? The damage that happens when the top of this trailer leans up against this pup is going to be minimal, if any. If any, really. There is a good chance that this trailer, if it blows over onto this pup, it won't cause any damage at all. There's a good chance of that, because you're popping this thing, you're dropping this trailer here, not really dropping it, but you're going to park it and drop the landing gear. You're going to park this thing just as close as you possibly can. If you don't, and this trailer blows over, it blows all the way over, now what have you done? Now you got a whole trailer full of a mess, and you're up on its side, and it could drag your freaking, whatever, it's going to just make a huge mess. If you can park as close as you can, these two wagons here, and this one here blows over onto this one, it's just going to be leaning, maybe barely, and it'll probably, if you park it close enough, it'll blow over here, lean on that pup, and it'll probably, the weight of it that you've got on this outside, will probably set that trailer right back down. Yeah, you might have a little bit of a damaged trailer, but what's the boss going to say? He's going to give you a high five all day long because you actually did. It's going to be a hard sell for a lot of you guys. I understand that, but you actually did the right thing, man. It really is the right thing. Hold on. So that's the way you do it. And what does this look like? It looks like you're blocking 2 lanes of traffic on a road that's closed anyway. Okay, if they've closed this road completely, then this is the way you do it. Okay, you're probably not going to be able to do this in a parking lot, a rest area, scales, whatever. You're probably not going to be able to do this, and you're not going to be able to do it if they've closed the road just to trucks, because cars are going to want to go through this other lane. But you can park on the side and kind of jackknife it just a little bit to where your cab isn't all the way, or isn't crossing this line here. By the way, these pencil marks here, these dashes, that's the center line dividing the 2 lanes. Let's see, I don't have another one. That's it. That's the way you do it. And I think that it falls on us to teach these youngsters this kind of stuff, because they're taking our shoes, man. They're going to fill our shoes here real soon. They're already out here trucking. They're already out here slipping and sliding on this ice. They're already out here getting blown over in the wind. There was a guy out here not long ago, a couple weeks ago, had 22 years driving these trucks, and he got blown over because he was parked straight on, and the wind just said, "Punk, get down," and he got down. So it is what it is. So what do? You pull up on a closed road, and you got all these trucks parked on the side of the road. The road is completely closed, and it's windy. It's 55, 60 miles an hour. I'm not driving those trailers through anything over 55 miles an hour, or 55 mile an hour wind speed. Not going to do it. You can if you want, but we'll see you in the blood puddles if you do. Good luck to you, stud. So what do? You know better. You know how to do this stuff. You know how to keep everybody safe. Let me show you one more thing here. When you park your pup right here, you're blocking the wind for that pup. Don't worry about that. She's going to be just fine. Yeah, she's light. Here's your heavy right here. You've parked your pup here. Look at the wind direction. That wind is blowing right up over here, and you've got just enough room here to run your landing gear up and down. All right, this pup is going to be just fine because she's going to be shielded by this trailer here, and this trailer is anchored to your grease plate. Okay, so don't worry about that. So what do? You come up on a line of trucks. They're all parked, and they're just sails on the side of the road. You know somebody's going to get blown over. You know that road is going to close or stay closed even longer now, because once that dude gets blown over, he's going to be a mess out there. So what do? You park your truck, jackknife that sucker. No one's going around you anyway. The road is closed. No one is going anywhere. Get out. Walk up to the front of that line, man. Assume there's going to be some youngsters out there that don't know any better. Get up to the front of that line. Introduce yourself. Help them out. Say, hey, look, we're a sail in a 55 mile an hour wind. We're sails in the freaking 70 mile an hour wind, whatever. If you don't think Wyoming will blow you over, think again, man. It happens every week. It's happened a lot this last winter. This is January 2023 right now as I'm making this video. And this winter of 22-23 has been a shit storm. Get out there, walk up to the front of that line, guys, and help these youngsters out. Lead them. Lead them. And if you're nice, they will follow your instructions. If they're smart, they'll follow your instructions. Get out there, teach these youngsters how to run this damned economy. Teach them how to stay safe. It's up to us. Now, this all looks probably really silly to a lot of guys watching this video. And I know that my channel is super small. I think I've got 2 videos on it, and neither one of them have anything to do with trucking. It might be hard to take advice from a guy like me. It might even be hard to get this channel or to get this video out there. I don't know how to do it. I'm not a techie guy. I'm a trucker. But what I do know how to do is run a lot of miles without scratching the paint. And, you know, I've done that, and I can pride myself on that, if anything. If you're looking at this video and, you know, you're Billy Big Rigger and you think you've got it because, you know, you've ran across the country a couple times in the summer and the spring and you're good, okay, then just disregard everything I'm telling you. It doesn't matter to me. It does. It hurts my heart when I see guys in the ditch, you know, parked all funny style. But I also know that it falls on guys that have been out here for a long time and seen a lot of stuff and hauled heavy on the ice, hauled light on the ice, all that stuff. It falls on us to teach people who are just getting into this industry. You get out on these ribbons, it is freaking dangerous out there. And, you know, I'm sorry, but if your trainer trained you and his back pocket still smelled like the seat at the DMV, he probably didn't train you the right way, kiddo. Because he doesn't have enough time pissing behind the mud flaps to be out there training. And unfortunately, that's what we've got out there. A lot of these mega carriers are making guys trainers before they've even got a freaking year under their belt. So I don't know what to do about that. I don't own a fleet, so I don't know what to do about that. But I know that that's a problem, and it's also another problem that we'll sit here on our days off or doing a 34-hour reset on the road, and we're making all kinds of freaking smart aleck comments and you know, watching bonehead truckers and laughing at people, but not a single one of us is out there walking to the front of the line and saying, hey, look, stud, here's how you do it. Jackknife this truck, get her anchored down, and ride out the wind. And I think it falls on us to teach these guys some stuff, because whether you've given much thought to it or not, this industry is the absolute backbone of the entire economy. And we can't afford to lay down these trucks and trailers anymore, especially when it's completely avoidable. Completely avoidable. So, anyways, I don't mean to sound like I know what I'm doing. I don't mean to sound like I'm some Billy Big Rigger who's done it all and seen it all and all that other stuff, but I've seen a lot, and I've done a lot. I've got a lot of miles, and I've always done it safely. Always done it safely. So take it for what it's worth. And if it ain't worth anything, hell, you didn't pay anything for it. So I hope this works. I hope somebody out there is going to see this video and maybe pass it along. If you see this video and you believe that the crap I'm telling you is true, pass it along, man. And if you've got some years under you, if you've got some freaking some horror movies in your memory, Pass this stuff along. Don't be stingy, man. Please don't be stingy. Whatever you know, pass it along. Teach these guys something. I spent an hour in the snow up in Idaho a couple weeks ago teaching this kid from New York how to put chains on. His dispatcher sent him out to Idaho during a major Arctic storm, and he'd never seen tire chains before we opened his jockey box and pulled him out of the bag. He had no clue what he was doing. Not his fault. That's our fault. That's his dispatcher's fault. That's his trainer's fault. And it's absolute shit. We're sending guys out doing a very, very dangerous job, and they have no experience, no training, and that's our fault if we're not training them. Help these guys out. They're going to take our shoes, or they're going to take our places one day. Have a blast, guys. I'm not going to edit this video because it'll take me 5 hours of my one day off to figure out how to edit the video. So you got to meet my cat. Have a blast, guys. Stay safe.